Watch how Labour's own MP turns against Keir Starmer in a stunning Commons rebellion that leaves Parliament in shock. In an explosive speech, Karl Turner accuses the Prime Minister of misleading the House and demands a full investigation. As trust in politics continues to crumble, this fiery confrontation raises a question millions of Britons are already asking. Who's really telling the truth? Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to Britain Daily. It's completely free and it helps us keep bringing you the hard-hitting stories that matter. Let's watch this explosive clip.
Turner.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Speaker. There was a very significant difference, in my view, between what the Prime Minister said in answer to the Right Honourable Lady, the Leader of the Opposition, last week in Prime Minister's Questions, and what the evidence was of Ollie Robbins the previous day. I think I'm right in saying that the Prime Minister said there was no pressure whatsoever, intimating at very least that that was the evidence that Ollie Robbins had given to the committee. I watched every minute of it. That's definitely not, and I've looked back, I've checked Hansard, the evidence that was given by Ollie Robbins. So I do think there is a prima facie case for this matter to be investigated and an inquiry to be had by the appropriate committee of this House. Because the truth of the matter is, and people, colleagues who came in at the last general election might be disappointed with me because I've got the audacity to stand up and say what I'm to believe is the truth. I'm sorry if they're not happy with me about that. But I'm here not to represent my interests, but to represent the interests of those that elect me to this chamber. And that's what I will always do, whether it's against the government policy, whether it's a Tory party in government, or whether it's my own government. I'll do what I think is in the interests of my electorate. And let me just warn colleagues by saying this. I promise you now, if we are seen to go through the lobby to defend this process, which is a reasonable process, Mr. Speaker, this isn't the shenanigans that the government has suggested in relation to jury trials. This is not a single judge. This is a jury of peers, impartial, made up more of Labour MPs than it is Tory MPs. The Prime Minister has nothing to fear. He ought to do the right thing. He should, as my honourable friend suggested, he should have referred himself, and that would have saved us all this messing around, debating the point, trying to justify why it's a bad idea. There's two committees running alongside. Utter nonsense. Get on with it, be dealt with, and let's move on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last week, I asked the Secretary of State a very specific question about SEND funding and her statement, which she failed to answer. So I'm going to try again with the Minister today. The £4 billion announced last week to be paid over 3 years for SEND, which the Secretary of State described as new money, is actually from within the department's existing spending review settlement, isn't it?
Minister.
Yes, this is generational reform that will make a huge difference, and we want to work in partnership with colleagues across the House, but we still haven't heard from the party opposite. What are your ideas, or what are their ideas, and what do they...
You're in government, so you don't need to work. Order! Please, I'm trying to be helpful. All these members are trying to get in. It's a big day, there's a big statement coming. Please, when I stand, please... OK. Munira Wilson, Liberal Democrat spokesperson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
What you've just seen was far more than a routine political disagreement. This was a Labour MP publicly challenging his own Prime Minister in front of the entire country. And that almost never happens unless tensions inside government are reaching breaking point. Karl Turner's speech tapped into something many people across Britain are feeling right now. Frustration, distrust, and anger toward a political system that too often appears to protect itself instead of facing accountability. When even MPs from the governing parties start demanding investigations and openly questioning leadership, it sends a powerful message that this controversy is not going away quietly. For many voters, this isn't just about Westminster drama. It's about honesty, integrity, and whether politicians are willing to live by the same standards they expect from everyone else. And when trust starts collapsing, every speech, every headline, and every vote becomes even more important. So what do you think? Was Karl Turner right to speak out against Keir Starmer? Or is this political theatre getting out of control? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Britain Daily for more explosive political coverage and major Commons clashes every week.